It's 5 o'clock. Here we go. Call this meeting to order. Parks and Community Events Commission meeting for October 6th, 2025 at 5 p.m. Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. May we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Jimenez,
Here.
Commissioner Herrera,
Present.
Commissioner McGollum,
Here.
Vice Chair Bayshu,
Here.
Chair Hyland.
Here. Alrighty, moving on to agenda finalization. Are there any changes to the agenda, staff?
We have none, Chair.
Thank you. On to public comments. Number 1, will the clerk please read the statement of participation, please?
This is the opportunity for members of the public to comment on any items not appearing on the regular agenda. Because of restrictions contained in California law, the Commission may not discuss or act on any item not on the agenda, but may briefly respond to statements made or ask a question for clarification. The Chair may also request a brief response from staff to questions raised during public comment or may request that a matter be agendized for a future meeting. Public comment will be limited to 3 minutes. Chair, I did not receive any requests to speak forms on non-agenda items, but if you're a member of the public and you wish to speak on items not on the agenda, please raise your hand. And I see none, Chair.
Thank you. Moving right along, agenda item number 2, Yoga in the Park 2026 season. May we have the introduction, please?
Chair, this item has been a popular event for the past, I believe, 4 seasons now, or this will be the 4th season. So I'm going to pass this on to the proponent of this item, which is Vice Chair Bayshu, and let him do the discussion because he could do a lot more justice than I can.
Thank you.
Okay, so what we see on the screen there also has the dollar amount and the dates. But there's 2 classes for 10 weeks every Tuesday morning, starting from January 27th through March 31st. There's gentle yoga at 8:30 to 9:30. There's power yoga from 10 to 11. A total of 20 classes for a total of $2,900 with $100 for incidentals. The budget for 26 is $3,000. That is $200 less than last year, and it is the lowest margin we've ever had for this event at 30%.
Okay. Any comments?
Yeah, I was just curious to know if there's been any work towards getting a weekend class.
I've been working towards a weekend event, not a repeating class. That will be a fitness festival that includes both Zumba and dance classes, as well as family-friendly yoga and taught bilingually. But due to the amphitheater being rented out almost every weekend and needing elevated stage so that people are able to see the yoga teacher and the sound needed for being able to hear for large groups, and that will be, it's looking like January, because we couldn't do with overseating, and December is too busy with all the events, so it'll be January for that to see how that goes
And that's going to be taking place where?
at the amphitheater.
Okay,
The
so
week of
we do have a weekend. We could do a yoga class if we wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's in the works.
I may add, Chair, that the next item, even though we don't have DRD, was intended so that you could talk about different and alternative yoga
Right.
sessions. So, Commissioner Herrera, if that, oh, we do, perfect. Right, so
She's
we
here.
do have DRD here, so that's a perfect opportunity to do that. So notwithstanding that, you may continue your questions on that?
Yes.
Or if that doesn't affect your vote in the originally intended agenda item, I just wanted to remind you that that's the one I kind of set up to be for that open discussion and other opportunities. Sounds like you're presenting. But
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
And-
I think for me, just with this event, you know, we put it on for the community. I think we have a lot of residents that live here that work during the week. It's hard to make it to a week class, if not impossible. So I think for me, my position on this will continue to stay the same until we open something up to where we can include all of our residents. And It's not saying that we're doing every event on the weekend, but until we can at least say we're going to put in an effort to include a weekend class for this event, then for me, this is still a no.
Any other commissioners have any comment on the yoga program or any further questions? Any clarification? Okay. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak on this item?
Chair, we do have 2 members. The first speaker is going to be Eileen Lynch.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
Okay, everyone hear me? Yes, okay. Hi, my name is Eileen Lynch. I first want to talk as kind of a private attendee of this group. Yoga's been a part of my life for about 10 years, and I could talk for an hour about the benefits, you know, the mental health and the physical health and all that stuff. What is so spectacular about yoga here in the amphitheater is this stunning view of the mountains, this great public gathering, and to see that many people gathered in one place, that diversity of people and body types gathered in one place on a random Tuesday morning is really beautiful. It really adds to the power of yoga as it is intended, which is something both internal and also that connects you to the wider world. However, I wanted to really speak in my formal role as Executive Director of Parkinson's Resource Organization. We were given the opportunity to set up a table at the yoga event last March for a few weeks and present some information about our free programs to help people with Parkinson's and caregivers. At that event, we had the opportunity to meet one resident in particular of Cathedral City. She's a part-time resident who was actually here in part fleeing the fires in Altadena and in Los Angeles last year. So she was going through a rather difficult personal experience, a lot of doubt and fear in her life. And she connected with us because she also has a relationship with Parkinson's. She met us at the event. She reached out to us afterwards to follow up about some of our services and ways that we can help her. And in this really beautiful example of community, she volunteered some of her time to help us with programs that we have that are independent of this. So I think that story really encapsulates what a free community event like this can do. It provides solace to people when they're going through, something really challenging, the movement, the mindfulness of yoga, but it also gives other free community organizations like ours the chance to connect with community where they are. We go all over the place. We go to all over the valley. And in this particular example, it was just this cascading effect, this real amplifier effect in that person's lives, in the work that we're able to provide, and in the work that she then provided us to help our constituents. So in support of yoga in the amphitheater, and happy to answer any questions you have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. And thank you for the work that you do with Parkinson's.
And the next speaker is Sunshine Herrera.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Good evening, Commissioners. I appreciate that Yoga in the Park has done what Yoga in the Park has done for the city's community wellness. I don't oppose the program itself. I oppose wasting taxpayers' money and using a public program to protect personal influence and image. When voters approved Measure W, they made a clear choice. Recreation would be managed by the Desert Recreation District, not City Hall. Measure W raised local sales tax so Cathedral City could pay DRD about $780,000 a year to provide recreation, park maintenance, and wellness programs. This includes yoga. Yet tonight, this commission is being asked to spend $3,000 from its small events budget to fund a yoga program that taxpayers already pay for through Measure W and DRD. City staff are also being asked to spend their paid time planning and promoting this program. That means residents are being asked to pay 3 times, 1 through Measure W for DRD, 2 again through city employee salaries, and yet again through the PACE budget before you tonight. This isn't efficiency, it's duplication. And it goes against what voters were promised. The vice chair on this commission who launched this program now sits on the finance committee and has publicly called himself a lead on Measure W. His words, not mine. If this is true, then he knows exactly what this measure was meant to do, end this kind of double and triple spending. Mr. Vice Chair, here is some food for thought. Leadership isn't about holding on to control. It's about honoring your voters' intent, using public funds responsibly. So tonight, let me be completely clear as to what I'm asking this commission. 3 things. Scrap the $3,000 allocation for yoga in the park. Trust me, I'll show you later in the meeting how to get more for our taxpayers' dollars. 2, work with DRD under item 2.B to include Cathedral City classes in DRD's pre-existing regional yoga schedule. Drop in a couple of our parks, allow residents the opportunity to choose multiple days, times, places throughout the Coachella Valley. Publish a clear report showing which recreational programs are already covered under the $780,000 DRD contract. The city asks voters to trust this commission and the Finance Committee with Measure W. Trust must be repaid with transparency, efficiency, and cooperation, not duplicate programs used to preserve personal status. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Could I get clarification or no? No? That there would be a 4th payment because DRD does charge $50 a month for yoga, so they'd be paying even again. So that's all I wanted to clarify.
And Chair, that was the only 2 speaker forms I had, but looks like we have one more speaker.
Welcome, former commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioners. As some of you know, I was on the commission earlier, a few years ago. 4 years ago, I was here when Commissioner Bashu brought this situation to us before he was commissioner. And I tried to help him with that, and I think that the commission at that time loved the idea. I don't know if we had any objections to it. I understand that DRD could, in fact, do the same thing. I understand that, and I understand Sunshine's argument about that. But the problem is the people that come to the yoga come because it's free. I'm not kidding. I mean, a lot of them really enjoy that fact. Now, they could go to Sunnylands, which every Friday is totally free, and if they only do once a week, that's where they're going to go. They're going to leave us. And I think it's really important for the city to get behind this and continue doing it because it's been very important to a lot of people I know. And there's a lot of a lot of talk about people not being from Cathedral City. Well, a lot of the people I know are from Cathedral City. I live here, and I know a lot of people, and a lot of them come to the yoga. And I don't ask everybody where they're from, but it's well attended by our very own citizens. And I hate to disappoint them. I hate to see them disappointed and go to Sunnylands just to save $50 a month. Anyway, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
And Chair, I believe that's all the comments that we have.
Can I ask for clarification from staff? All of our programming is supposed to be free, right? Everything that PACE puts on is not to be charged. It's free events for our residents, correct?
There's no stipulation regarding it being free or charged.
And is there any precedent set where we've charged for any programming that we've put on in the history of
Not
PACE?
necessarily, but the
Okay.
commission operates on a limited budget, and I could comment you just have maximized that, but you do have a budget.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for clarifying. Okay. All righty.
I guess I'd just like to make one more comment to the last presenter that came up and just kind of, emphasizing on what he said. It's such a big benefit to the members of this community. I think when we do an event where we exclude a lot of the community from being able to attend, it's doing a disservice to the people that we have here and the people that we're meant to serve. And I think it would be very simple for us to amend this and change it to where we could have a weekend class, being that a weekend date has already been identified.
I think
So
it,
voting no on this isn't necessarily saying that no, we won't do this event. In my mind, voting no is saying that we will correct this event and make it right for the citizens that we have in our community.
Am I allowed to make a comment about the program at this point?
yes, you can have comments
Your
from the
chair is running the meeting.
I'm not rebutting. Okay, so Gary Marshall and I, on the second year, we decided, well, let's do a weekend class. And we went everywhere, and we thought, well, let's do Ocotillo Park because it's right in the middle of the city. And when we figured out that it's just not logistically possible for what we were
And
doing.
we have a date already reserved that's available for the amphitheater.
I was just making a clarification. I wasn't even addressing.
Chairman?
So I,
Continue.
okay.
Commissioner
So
Baker, finish your statement.
We did everything we could. We thought this really is important. We do need to do a weekend class. And we did. We went but the thing is, for us, we would have to take all of the items, and it's a lot. I mean, we just ordered a second wagon for all the blocks and the things, and we would have to haul everything to the place, then do the sound, and it was just a lot. So we thought, well, why don't we just we dropped that idea, we thought, well, let's just do a beginner's yoga, and we just do the classes back to back, and that seemed to be a real winner. So, yes, any commissioner that's up here that wants to do a weekend class, I encourage you to do one, or that would be fine. We have all the items.
I think when it comes down to it, the fact that
Are you done speaking, Commissioner?
I'm
Fisher?
done speaking.
Thank you. Now you may proceed.
I think when it comes down to it, if this is a Parks and Community event, then this Parks and Community event should include everything. It shouldn't be, oh, well, there's a Antonio Beishu event, there's an Angel Herrera event, there's an Erlen Highland event, and we have 3 different yoga events going on. If we're going to do something as a commission, we should work on it together, and we should do it to where we can all be involved and all agree on how it's going to be done. It shouldn't be divided.
I agree with that, and I believe this is a one item on the agenda. It's not an either or. It could be a vote yes and. So there could be both. And so the measure that is on and up for vote is the current Yoga 2026 program to continue the most successful program that PACE has currently and the best attended. And so do we have a motion and a second to approve?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion by Vice Chair Beishu and a second by Commissioner McCollum.
Okay.
Please vote.
Mine didn't come up.
Okay, Commissioner Herrera, would you like to verbalize your vote?
Nay.
Motion carries 3-2.
Okay.
Thank you. And I agree that we will continue to work on weekend options and that your voices are heard.
Okay, just to wrap up that item, that motion passed, but the funding still has to go to City Council
Yes,
for
correct.
approval, not the event. And staff will put that on the next available City Council meeting agenda for that
Thank you.
to happen.
And then we'll have an update from staff at the next meeting, correct?
Correct.
Thank you so much.
At the next meeting after they approve it.
Correct.
Or disapprove it, whatever their choice is.
Thank you. With council decision. Yes, you got it. Okay, moving on to item B, follow-up discussion with Desert Recreation District with expansion of Yoga in the Park program. What wonderful timing.
So.
May I have an introduction,
this is-
please?
Yes. This item is to parlay off of what the last discussion is, to look at alternate venues, maybe introduce DRD into doing some events, doing it at alternate locations, alternate venues. This is your free discussion to talk to DRD about these opportunities. Cynthia Marchetto of the DRD, our direct big boss liaison for DRD.
Yes.
When anything happens, we all point at her. Or we ask.
And we clap currently
Good
because she's
job.
doing a wonderful job.
If you want to come up here and participate in the discussion and maybe introduce what DRD has done in this realm of the yoga world so that you can get some
Welcome back.
discussion. This is for a discussion.
Discussion only.
Any decisions or recommendation for decisions we can forward to a next meeting.
Welcome back, Cynthia.
All right, thank you very much. Good evening, honorable commissioners. I do apologize. I was out setting up for the movie night that we're having tonight, so just kind of had to come in my uniform gear. But just to kind of follow up, what we're really trying to do here with the Desert Recreation District and Cathedral City is support any programming that you and the community are in need of. And so what we're trying to bring forth in the upcoming quarter is we're looking to bring in a gentle yoga program through a contracted instructor that would provide the program at different parks. We're looking at Century Park specifically and Panorama Park, and specifically on a Saturday morning and then potentially on a weekday evening, sunset time. We're also looking to bring in some other health fitness classes like Move and Groove at Panorama Park, Move and Groove at Esperanza Park, and we're also looking to do a circuit training program either at Dennis Keat Soccer Park or at Esperanza Park with the new outdoor workout equipment. So essentially what we're trying to do is just bring and activate the parks and utilize the equipment that we do have on site, especially with the beautiful Esperanza Park addition, making sure that we're utilizing the open green space to provide fun activities, but really drive home the idea of fun fitness programs within DRD.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question, first of all. Oh, wait, are there any members of the public that wish to speak on this one first?
I want to talk too.
Okay.
Chair, I would have your discussion with Cynthia. She's right here, able to talk. This is an interactive. It was presented in the staff report as interactive, so have your discussion
Yes.
and then.
I have some questions for you in the same vein with what Commissioner Herrera brought up, which as someone who works multiple jobs, I would love to see weekend classes. Obviously, logistics are huge for our commission, which is why the amphitheater was the easy choice because it has the elevated platform, the sound. We don't have to bring extra staff in. They just move over from City Hall over there during the day while they're already there. So do you guys have, an extensive sound system? Do you have a platform you can put teachers on to make sure that it's, accessible to everybody and so that it would be as successful as the program that we've grown?
We do have a sound system specifically that would be able to address that need. A platform is something that we could potentially look into providing so that we're being able to make the program accessible to everyone.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Would it be able to rotate from parks? Is that something we could look at? So, we have like one in Esperanza, one in Ocotillo, one in Century City, and we could see, which one gets the best stronghold or even continue to rotate so people have like pride in neighborhoods, maybe even like a fun competition or something to see how we can get the most people at their own
Yeah,
hometown park.
absolutely. I think that's kind of the exciting part about working with Cathedral City is to be able to activate the parks in that way, be able to rotate each program. Currently, that's exactly what we're doing with some of our youth programs. We're setting up our STEM programming at one park and then the following week hosting it at a different park. So it essentially would work the same way. We would host the yoga program either at Century Park on a weekly basis and then we would have it on a different day of the week at another park.
And I wanted to ask about cost that you were thinking for the yoga program per month or for the movement classes.
So the cost would typically run around $50 a month. That would include 4 classes per month, and that's based off of the contractor's fee that they provide to us. We really don't have too much control. We try to negotiate it down to the minimal amount as possible for the residents, but essentially it is left to the instructor to determine their rate of pay.
And so if somebody came because they saw a flyer about the yoga class or something and they weren't able to pay, would you turn them away?
We would not. We actually, through our Desert Recreation Foundation, we do provide a scholarship based. It is income based, but if there is a need for payment, we would be able to provide them that information for the Desert Recreation Foundation. And essentially each resident would have access to up to $500 of programming that would be covered through the foundation itself.
Is that like an application process somebody would have to go through prior to attending an event?
Correct, yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do have a question. One of as Parkinson's Resource Organization said that the community partnerships that were formed was a huge part of the success of our yoga program. Is that something we could do as well? Have extra tables or have community partners that also provide free resources be able to be at these events so that we can continue to grow our, our collective here in Cathedral City?
Absolutely. We would love to have community partners come out to provide that information and resources to our community. So that would be something that we would be thrilled to have.
Wonderful.
And do you do, oh, sorry, go ahead. Do you do any surveys or anything to figure out like if that time was the best, and do you adapt if there's not as much attendance?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we do is when we try to run a program and if we feel that the participation is not working out, we'll try to adjust it for the following quarter. But at the end of every program, we do survey the participants to make sure that they're feeling like they've received the services that they've signed up for.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Great question.
Cynthia, at the last meeting, we stated that we wanted, more weekend classes and we wanted to have night classes. So thank you for taking action on this. You listened to us, you heard us, and you took action on it. So thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
And just to clarify, it would not cost our city staff any extra to be there on weekends or overtime as it would if we did our event on a Saturday.
You're absolutely correct. It would not cost any city staff time.
Thank you.
And then that scholarship information, is that available on DRD's website, or how would somebody who was interested in that be able to access that
Yes,
information?
so it would be directly on mydesertrecreationdistrict.com, and they would be able to go to the foundation's website and fill out the application, and then they would get direction from there at that point to what they would need to submit in order to be approved for the scholarship.
For the income verification? Right, thank you.
Correct.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions from the commission while we have our fantastic liaison here from Desert Recreation District?
Well, afterward, tonight, we should all walk down and see the movie.
Yes, please do. Please join us. We have food trucks out there, and a Nightmare Before Christmas is going to be playing at about 6:30.
Thank you for continuing with our Tuesday in Cathedral City and partnering with that as we built momentum with Taste and Sounds last year, with the yoga the last 5 years, and now the event. So thank you very much for capitalizing on that.
Chair, I'll interject here, and this is your opportunity, and you've always questioned what your role is with DRD coming in and doing events, and I haven't really heard, and I'm making this suggestion, you talking about which parks you'd like to see it at, which you state to them and to DRD, and Cynthia can see if they can package that up for you. So your preferences, your times, all the details as if you were putting on an event, so that Cynthia has the opportunity to take it back and say, well, we can do that, that'll work, we can't do that, there are certain reasons. But I want to hear, this is your opportunity to say, we want it on Saturdays, we want it at this time, we want it on evenings at this time, we want it at this park or this park. Some details so that she has more to go with, because right now she's throwing out that recommendation. And I've heard a lot of comments from you, and I want you to provide the feedback, because you are our PACE, our Parks and Community Events Commission. This is your role, is to provide them feedback and some direction, and DRD is working with us hand in hand to see if they can accommodate that. So
Yes.
take this opportunity, if you're not hearing what you like, or you'd like to at least refine what you're hearing a little more.
Is the rotating park idea an option, or is it something that would have to be fixed? Because I would love to see what got the most traction, and see, what the best venue would be for people, whether it's parking or ease of access or walkability, so that we could see what our residents want. And I did like your idea about the survey to see what dates and times work best.
And that's something that we could do. We can definitely rotate throughout the parks, but we can also make sure that we take account of all of the attendance that's being at each park and bring that back as a report to the commission to be able to provide you with some actual numbers of how many people were participating at the different park locations and at the different times.
I would love to see something that ties in with, we have a lot of soccer and futsal players in our city. I would love to see like yoga for soccer players or yoga for athletes in some way that shows them how to stretch and relax after their, whether that be with AYSO or other tournaments that we have on here. Obviously the soccer park is big enough to host a lot of yoga participants with open space, but I would love to see something with a tie-in with that, and see if we could get some, some cross promotion, right? Maybe some more people would come out and watch soccer and meet some new friends at yoga, and vice versa, and help stretch their muscles and prevent injury with yoga.
Sounds good.
I have a question.
Yes.
In any kind of event that we want to do, we have to, we need to get in touch to you guys, or we need to get in touch to the city?
As far, go ahead.
No, I'll answer that. No, DRD is basically running our parks, maintenance. They're putting on their own events, but yourselves, Parks and Community Events Commission, PACE, is still challenged with coming up with events, and if you want to do it on your own, if it's new, that's something you can opt to do. You have such a strong ally in being able to get support if it's a little bigger than you think you want it to be. So this is an opportunity to work with someone that's willing to support you on your new events, support you on making them bigger events, take them off your hands if they get too big, because technically over 50 people at an event requires a conditional use permit. So when you get events that have over 50 people, you are starting to be on the successful roll. So just know that. This way, when DRD has events, you can actually, and they're running them, but you're the ones that initiate, you can actually be the city's liaisons there and promote what you're supposed to do. The parks, the recreational capabilities, how beautiful the parks are looking, all that.
Is there an exclusivity contract with city events? Like, say we're doing the Hot Air Balloon Festival and we wanted to do a giant yoga class under the hot air balloons or something cool. Is there a way to integrate with some of our bigger events?
That is an umbrella event that we also have outside venue managers doing it. So we'd have to get in contact.
Talk to
with Ryan,
SoundScales, kind of work with Ryan on that one.
our communications event manager for that.
Okay.
What about health fair? That we need to do it by the city, or we need to vote it on it so we can do kind of.
What you would do is you'd come to us with a plan, and you'd have an agenda item with what you want to do for the health fair, and then the commission would vote on it and help you put that on. So that's absolutely a wonderful item. They did one last weekend with KESQ and United Cerebral Palsy Institute and Variety Children's Charity, and they had a wonderful health and resource fair at the amphitheater last Saturday. So we could absolutely look that as a blueprint and try to replicate that in another park as well.
And I think a health event or health fair, Deanna, isn't that one of the strategic goals of the city council, to have a health fair event? So I'm seeing Christina nod.
Do you mean health fair or resource fair? Like, I mean, what?
No.
Anything health related
Got it.
is in the city's strategic plan as part of community investment and education for the community. So those are good ideas, those things. And as the chair stated, you get those, the staff reports in, or you send us the bullet points. We can morph it into a staff report. We have the initial discussion meeting, and if there's funding involved, we'd come back to another meeting, but most of the time it'll take 2 meetings to vet it out. One to vet it all out, the next one just to formulate it with all the details, the dates and all that, and then come in. At that time, you can choose to either do it as a solo event, PACE, or you look at DRD to participate because they have a great advertising arm to make it even bigger. So you're both tools to each other.
There's many ways to go about it.
And Mario, I'd just like to put it out there. I'd be happy to help you ideate on the health fair too, if you want to partner on that.
Yeah, we have a health event do it by Desert Healthcare District. So this event is not going to be kind of a small event because they bring out 2 mobile clinics.
And I'm going to caution, we're getting into, and Commissioner Jimenez, what you're talking about is the actual details of this. We wanted to keep this about yoga.
Okay.
Let's put that down as the staff report for the next meeting.
Yes.
So we know that. That's
And
a
when you
great
attend that one, you can
discussion
report in your commissioner's report the following one on what you liked and what we could possibly do here.
And I do have another question for you, just about how you survey people that don't attend events. So how you get an idea of what the community wants. I mean, I love the idea of the movies in the amphitheater, but where did that idea come from for you all? And are we able to kind of see any survey results that you get so we can kind of figure out what you're hearing and build off of that too?
Gotcha. So when we first started with our partnership with the city, there was a survey that was sent out through the city, and we received a lot of information and feedback through that survey specifically. And so we took the information that was received and tried to develop programming around that feedback, and that's kind of where we came up with those programming ideas. But moving forward at our events, we could always reach out and survey residents to see what other kind of programs that they would like to see hosted within the city boundaries.
Cynthia, this is not going to be your last time at this commission. So the evolution will We're over time,
I'm
so
ready,
thank you for presenting tonight.
And as probably the resident yogi, or we have many in this group, I would love to see a yoga and event. I think that's where the beauty of community really steps in. Maybe someone that wasn't used to doing yoga. I mean, maybe not basketball and yoga, but a lot of times you can morph two things together, and I like to see the success of that. So if that's something we can put our thinking caps on together to produce, I would love to see that so that we bring more people to that.
Yeah, that's a very creative idea. I'm going to take it back to the team to see what we can come up with, hopefully for next quarter moving forward.
I know DRD offers a lot of events because I've seen some of the stuff that's in the program, like Tai Chi in the park and things along those lines. Would it be possible for us to go out to some of the events that you guys are having just so that we could kind of see what we think our residents here would like, and then who do we get a hold of if we wanted to attend an event?
I could potentially send a list of the upcoming events that we have. That way you guys can coordinate on who might be able to host a table and provide outreach to your community to be able to see if there's other ideas that might be brought to the table.
Okay.
That's a great idea. Thank you. Okay. Are there any further questions from the commission while we have Cynthia here? Okay. This item was for discussion only, so there is no action required. Thank you so much.
Have a great event tonight.
Yes.
Chair Hyland?
I hope the movie is wildly successful.
Chair Hyland, I do need to ask for public comments. I did not receive any request to speak forms, but if
Okay.
you're a member of the public and you wish to comment on this item, please raise your hand. And we have none.
Thank you. No action required. We will move on to item C, which is the small event budget recap. May we have an introduction, please?
Deanne Pressgrove. I told you at the last meeting, I put together just a synopsis for the last few years of the programs that you guys had supported, whether it had a financial, you had asked whether it had a financial allocation to it or not. In some cases, the commission would approve like a $500 or $100 budget, but then the commissioner, during the development of the event, wouldn't need to spend that because they either got sponsorships to cover it or it was just money to cover incidentals that they may not need. So that's just kind of gives you a summary of what's been supported since I believe I did to 2023. I think I did, yes. So that's for your information only.
Okay.
Or for your information for the entire commission.
Thank you.
Okay. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak on the small event and budget recap?
Chair Hyland, we do have some requests to speak. Our first speaker is Sunshine Herrera.
Welcome back.
Thank you. This commission is allotted $10,000 each year to make a real difference in our community. That money should be used where it truly matters, to support local events, families, and volunteers that bring Cathedral City together. Take the Butterfly Festival. In the past, my husband and I personally paid for the butterfly release for 2 years so the children could experience that joy. But that should be the role of this commission. A simple $400 contribution each year to purchase the living butterflies keeps a beautiful tradition alive and shows that PACE supports family-friendly community moments. The summer movie program was dead until my husband joined the commission and helped bring it back. Now it's been revived. It deserves guaranteed support of about $800 a year. For the free popcorn and cold water, if donations come in, that's wonderful. Use them to add to the program, not replace city funding. Maybe offer every child a free ice cream or after the movie, but never take away money from our city's children to fund other things. There's enough money for both, and please always remember our kids come first. The Fields of Valor event honors our veterans, and in a city which has its very own Veterans Village, PACE should be there. With your tent providing refreshments for veterans and volunteers. Host a community picnic and Volunteer Appreciation Day to thank those who give their time. Simple gestures like food, drinks, and gratitude strengthen civic pride. Create a youth clinic day where students shadow the commissioners. They learn about city service and share a lunch. That's how we invest in our future city leaders. Support art in the park to showcase student art and collaborate with the Kuya Cultural Committee for a cultural awareness event with bird songs and storytelling. The culture is rich in our own very backyards. At Walk for Water and Earth Day, have a PACE tent out there. Hand out water bottles with city logos. Sponsor the ice cream man for the kids. Show up, be seen, be involved. Stop having city staff give bikes away at the events. Although the kids do love the bikes, they can learn to love bubbles more. And at the Dios de los Muertos, host a pace table, hand out carnations to honor families and celebrate togetherness of culture for the living and beyond. This is a 5-member commission, not a 2-person show. Every commissioner has an equal voice, a civic duty, and responsibility to take part. That's the job you signed up for when you asked to serve on this commission. So wear the obnoxious orange shirt that says PACE. Put on those PACE hats and wear them proudly. I even left you $500 in the budget to get them on the back of the paper I gave you. With all 5 of you engaged, our city benefits. 10,000 can go a long way when it's used with heart and fairness. Let this commission be known not just for approving events, but for showing up, giving back, and building the community and doing it together. Thank you.
Thank you. Deanna, can you clarify that PACE does not pay for the bikes that are given out?
Yes, that's a bicycle education program.
Thank you for that clarification.
Thank you.
Are there any other members of the public that wish to comment? And I see no more, Chair.
Okay. Are there further questions from the commission?
I'm fine.
Okay. Any other questions from the commission on the small events budget recap?
No, just I appreciate you taking the time to put this together.
Thank you, Deanna. This item was for discussion only, so there is no action required. Now we move on to staff comments. Do we have any staff comments?
No, we do not. As you see, we have the commissioner attendance record in here in the your staff reports now, so that's a regular thing.
Yes.
There's no need to discuss it. It's there for staff and yourselves to review. I don't have anything to say. Deanna, do you have any comments?
That's reminder to email your staff reports for this is October, so November. Get those to me 21st. Christina and myself follow the instructions. Christina will send you out a reminder.
May I ask when we're going to be not in this room? When we go to the study session room or
You will be moving for the November meeting.
for the November meeting, we'll go to
Next
another
month.
And
place?
that's actually a good comment to make. So the November 4th meeting, we should be in study
Yeah, the next
session.
meeting.
That's the last that I heard. So as of now, we have booked
Do
the
we know
room
how long we'll be there?
through January, I believe. And again, you know, as they do the upgrades, it could change, and I'll definitely let you know. But we're going to be in there November, December.
I see Deanna smiling. Yeah, we hope.
Construction always goes exactly as planned and on
You
time.
start tearing up old walls, you don't know what you're going
And
to
we're the first week
Yes.
in the month, so January probably will.
We trust that you will do a phenomenal job of calling us and letting us know which floor we're on. Yes. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
I'm excited for the upgrade. Okay, now we move on to commissioners' reports. Shall we start with our newest? Commissioner McCollum?
The main thing I have to report is just that I did go to Esperanza Park over the last few weeks after I went to the grand opening of Coffee and just noticed that there were a lot of flyers on benches throughout the park. So I looked around for a community board and stuff like that and was just thinking that might be a good addition. So I'm going to look into pricing of that and I think tour all the other parks more in depth and just see if that's an addition that could be good across the board because I think it seems like there's a need for it.
Thank you.
I think Deanna's taking down that notes, and she works hand in hand with Cynthia, who is here, so she might talk to her about that.
I'll talk to DRD if they have suggestions, and if, look at some of the other parks too, and see how they do it. Because, you know, sometimes they can look junky or they
Yes.
get old really quick.
Yeah.
So if they've got creative ways of how to do it, then maybe we can incorporate that, but hopefully DRD.
Or even downstairs, how it's like behind glass so that everything's maintained and,
And we did have one at Century, a really big one, but it kept getting broken, and then we put a cage around it.
Mm-hmm.
which just-
yep.
You can't see the information. No, so there's, that's always a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed when I was there that it looked like DRD had a post about the park being closed, and it was just like a wood post that they put like a white paper on. So I think there could be a good solution there. And then I did meet with Angel about just doing some art events, which I'm excited to hopefully share more about, you know, next meeting. And then met with Aaron to talk about the fitness festival. So we're partnering across the board.
Thank you for jumping in with both feet. We appreciate it. Welcome. Commissioner Bichu?
Okay, so I attended the PAC meeting. I'm a liaison there. I'm excited to say that they're going to be doing a big art show in the amphitheater. So it's kind of like a sort of like La Quinta art show. It has the potential to become big. So that would be for visual and performing arts. I took part in the stakeholders Zoom meeting for the future Cathedral City Community Center, which I'm very excited about. So that is just, I think that would just be great for the city. I attended Hispanic Heritage Month at City Hall, and I'm hoping that becomes an annual event. It was light turnout, but it really is important for this community. I attended the retirement party for City Manager Charlie McClendon. Charlie will definitely be missed. Went to the grand opening of the new Cathedral City Coffee drive-thru. I'm happy to announce that they will be, if you look at your little thing here, the flyer, they are the sponsor of the entire event for Feliz Navidad, prizes and refreshments. Commissioner Jimenez and I will be co-hosting in English and in Spanish, and I'm very excited about that. I attended the bi-monthly Coachella Valley Animal Campus meeting. Aaron Highland are still going to be working, we'll still be working with nonprofits to get more free spay and neuter out to the community because that's such an important thing in this fiscal year. So we'll try to get more done by June 30th. I attended my first Finance Advisory Committee as a member. And the committee they go through all the revenue streams from the new Measure W, from the half-cent tax. And I'm just really excited that my primary role there would be to make sure that we put the money where we told the voters the money would go to. So I'm really happy to be there. I volunteered at the Senior Center Food Bank yesterday, and that is they just do an amazing job with people that suffer from food insecurity. This month, on the 26th, is our third Halloween. Christina will be getting you an email, and for us to volunteer. And Christina, I hope your daughter joins us again. Because we need about 5 volunteers from the high school. So hopefully she is willing to help us. And if you didn't, let's just say you didn't email back, you can just show up at 8:45 on the 26th. I attended the Variety Fall Resource Fair last Saturday, and they had an amazing turnout, by the way. That was pretty impressive. And I got a free Firebirds t-shirt. That's kind of cool. I don't know if that's important to anybody but me, but it was. Tomorrow, at 8 o'clock in the morning at Century Park, we're going to be walking the kids to James Workman Middle School. So if you just show up at Century Park, and we will all walk the kids to school together. And tonight, after this meeting, please let's all walk down and see what DRD is doing with the new movie. I think that's really exciting. And that's all I have.
Yeah. Since we're just going in a row, I'll continue down here. Yes, Hispanic Heritage Month was an awesome kickoff. We got great media coverage from both stations. I was there on behalf of my work, and we handed out all Spanish books so that we encouraged everybody to speak Spanish, learn Spanish, and the importance of Hispanic heritage. And can't wait to see how we can make it bigger next year. Attended the Owl Valley Mayors and Tribal event. Mayor Ross represented us extremely well. I'm very proud of all of Cathedral City's growth to see it highlighted and shared. Got to attend the Show Your Heart Mixer with over 50 local nonprofits to see who else we can partner with. Those are very near and dear to my heart as we continue to grow free services for our city and make sure our residents are connected with such. And that's how we got the free spay and neuter clinics, was through relationship building. So continuing to partner with local nonprofits to serve our residents better. Got to attend Leadership Coachella Valley's 25th anniversary. So excited for Adam Chastain, our events manager, who is part of this year's class, and celebrate recent graduates Ryan Hunt and Ann Ambrose. Went to the Starbucks grand opening right across the street here. They're a wonderful community partner and willing to partner on future events and sponsor future events as well. They are community minded and also one of my employers. So they'll get an extra nudge on sponsoring. Went to Desert United and got to connect with 200 people in our desert from all walks of life, from one-person-owned businesses up to large corporations, and that's a great way to get community input that from places we might not normally get that, or people that don't use our parks. If anybody wants to support Ryan Hunt, said communications manager, he is doing something for charity. He is singing. If you guys have not heard him sing karaoke before, he's phenomenal, and he will be at Singing with the Desert Stars this Friday night for Desert Ensemble Theater at the Palm Springs Cultural Center. I encourage you to go and support Ryan. And the stakeholders input meeting was phenomenal. I want to give a shout out to our economic development team. Michelle and Victor were there at Hispanic Heritage Month with boards up, and every resident was given stickers to put input on what they wanted to see in our community center. And so everybody was given 5 stickers to choose. I loved the interactiveness. I loved that everybody garnered over it. And whoever decided to do the free paletas from La Michoacana right next door, great job, because everybody wanted free ice cream and to put the stickers on there. And I really, really enjoyed the community aspect and community involvement to truly get input from. The survey is still live if people want to take the survey online, but that was really cool to see it in person. And then I just attended the Hot Lips 1 year anniversary coffee, Hot Lips Coffee 1 year anniversary party. She was very thankful and was especially thankful for yoga in the amphitheater because people would go over to her coffee shop immediately and patronize her business. And as a small business owner, a one-woman shop, she was especially grateful and would like to hand out free coffee for the residents of the yoga program again, and she just wanted to extend her thanks for all the support on seeing people over there. And I can't wait to hear the dates for the Public Arts Commission Festival in the amphitheater. And I want to invite you all. I gave you flyers. If not, I have more here. Literacy Awareness Night is coming up with Read With Me. The superintendent of Palm Springs Unified, Dr. Marcus Funches, will be leading it, and it's produced by Steph Curry. And we will be at the Mary Pickford, our first event, to talk about the importance of literacy, especially with our students here that we serve. We serve over 1,000 students in Cathedral City at Agua Caliente and Cathedral City Elementary, and want to continue to make sure they have free books and tutors in their classrooms. And that is all I have. Thank you. Moving on over to Commissioner Herrera, please.
So as Commissioner McCollum had mentioned, we had a meeting a few weeks back. We are going to be working on bringing an event forward. It's kind of a spin on a paint and sip type of event. So we'll put it into the agenda for next month's meeting so that we can have an open discussion and we can all brainstorm, the ideas that we want to put together and then how we want to move forward. And then kind of present, I guess, the vision that we see and Commissioner McCollum has on how we want to move this event forward and see where we can fit it into the events that we put on throughout the year.
Thank you. That sounds awesome. I can't wait to hear more next meeting. Commissioner Jimenez?
Yes, I meet with the Sohecar district. We want to try to put together a clinic for all the residents from Cathedral City. We're going to give flyers and other kind of stuff, more details, probably on the next meeting.
Awesome. And my advice would be to set up a meeting with John or Deanna, like we did for the spay neuter clinic, when if you need how much power you need, or parking, or whatever we need staff wise. They were super helpful in helping us get those off the ground. Thank you. All righty. Back to my paper here. That was. Do any of the commissioners have future agenda items that they need agendized now? If not, make sure they're in by the 21st for the next meeting.
And we did hear a few during discussion. We did get those down.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. If we don't have anything further, this meeting is now adjourned.
Great.
That's it.